Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. What do you need to survive in the desert? Water. How much water do you need for a village to survive in the desert? Lots of water. What about multiple villages with the farming of corn thrown in? Even more water. Yes, you would need more than a spring to sustain any type of larger habitation, especially if your community is involved with any type of farming. Bearing these thoughts in mind, I turned my attention to the banks of a river that cuts through the Utah desert and began to search. And it wouldn't take long before I came across a land feature that immediately stood out. On top of this small mesa, I saw crater after crater, obviously human-made since the surrounding land features didn't have the same type of surface texture. What a great place to have a village that would be easy to defend, or an equally great place to bury your dead, I thought. After the mesa, I began to follow the riverbank down and soon came across an area that looked to have similar depressions. Pit houses of another village, I questioned. Perhaps. Can't say for sure. I would have to get on the ground to figure this out. So please join me as I head out into the desert to discover what once was. It is frigid out here, but the high is supposed to be 60 today, so it's going to warm up as soon as that sun gets up. We're out here a little early, and I've had to ditch the truck. I'm actually going to follow the road for a ways, and we just had a winter storm a week ago, so it's still kind of wet out here in the desert, and the road looks like it's going to get pretty sloppy, so I'm not going to risk getting stuck. I think I'm as far as I'd want to go on my truck. This is like, after this, it's like side-by-side territory, and I don't know, it might not be that bad, but I'm walking to the river now. I'm heading actually north out into that country, and I don't think, maybe a mile or so to the river. I think that's where I'll start really looking, and then I'll go have a look at the top of that mesa. So we got some walking to do today. So I've never been out in this area before, and I feel it may have some interesting things to offer, but knowing where to start is the tough part. And then of course you come out here and maybe you don't find anything. So we're gonna keep the expectations low. That way I'm not disappointed. And yeah, I'm definitely glad I parked it. Yeah, I'm not messing with this. This is pretty gnarly down here. So it's a mess. Yeah, well, I'm really excited to get on top of that mesa and see what those pits could be. I sure feel like that's something of a prehistoric nature there. I could be completely wrong, but we'll see. There's the sun. Finally. Whew. Ah. Yeah, it'll be cooking before you know it. So as I'm walking, I'm keeping an eye on the ground, obviously looking for what's called debitage, and that's like, I guess the easiest way to explain it would be like leftovers from tool making, like lithics and stuff like that. and also keep an eye out for pot sherds as well. And I think I just stumbled upon some pottery right here. I'm actually gonna pull it up and have a look because I'm fairly certain it's, yeah, that's pottery. Okay. That right there is pottery. And when you start finding pot sherds, however you want to say it, and lithics, debitage, then you're generally onto something. It may not have been a village, but people were definitely in the area making tools. I'm finding pottery or pieces of pottery, fragments. I'm close to a river, so they would have been gathering water here. But that is pottery right there. This is a good sign. I'm just going to put that back where I found it. And definitely, I'm heading to this mound. It's a little higher than what I'm standing in right now, and it's got looks like creosote growing on top of it, and it's overlooking, I think I can see the banks of the river right here. That would be an ideal spot. So I also looked for things like stacked rocks or any type of rock aberration, and to kind of make that clear, anything that looks unusual with rocks. For example, what I'm looking at right here. So as you're looking at the ground, there's no large rocks in this spot, but then all of a sudden you see this right here, 2 flat rocks. So maybe that doesn't mean anything, but it could mean something, and because it's unusual to find this right here when there's nothing else similar to it in the area. And then you find lithics like this, flakings, debitage. So I'm starting to find things that would indicate there was a presence, a human presence here. There's fragments of pottery, there's odd shaped rocks and spots where there's not much of it, and then I'm starting to find, oh yeah, here, right here, look at that. I'm starting to find scraps from tool making. So I think we are onto something. Oh, whoa, oh, yes, look at that, painted pottery. Okay, I'm gonna use a different camera to get a really good close-up because I can't do it with the GoPro. So now I'm finding painted pottery as well as plain pottery. This could mean 2 different time periods. This could date back as far as the Basket Maker 3 era, which is about 1500 years ago. A lot of things could start happening here, so this is very exciting. If I'm finding this here, then it's obvious, especially with painted pottery, we're probably in the midst of something. And what I'm thinking that's on top of that mesa, it might be pit houses, it might be an old burial ground, I don't know, but I'm excited to get up there later on. So we're going to continue investigating in this area, and I have this area marked where I think a pit house might be. So this is, I'm getting excited. Some more pottery. So this is all really exciting. This is definitely was a presence here. I'm seeing more debitage all over. Lithics, the ground, evidence of tool making, more and more pottery. And I'm getting closer to this rise here. Well, I keep seeing more and more pottery, and then every so often I see a flat rock like this, and cows come through here and disturbed it. But the flat rocks were brought here because as you can see, there's no, they were farmed from somewhere and brought here for some reason. It's very interesting. At least that's what I'm thinking. But this is incredible. What a find. And then just beside it is more pottery right here. This is obviously not the painted kind, but wow, awesome. Lots of flat rocks here. I'm under the impression this is I'm on top of ruins. More painted pottery. Pottery. It's everywhere now. Yeah, look at this. Look at the rocks. Whoa. Okay. Oh man. Oh yeah. This is these are ruins. Look at this. Look at the way it's shaped. Oh no. We are definitely on ruins. You can see how it's shaped in a square. Look at this. Yeah, I'm standing on top of ruins. It's all filled in by sand, just like I explained in the video where I found a small hunting camper village out in the Arizona desert. This is the same thing. All this, there's probably walls right here, and all of this is filled in over time with sand. Look at this. These river rocks are sticking straight out of the ground like that. Yeah, some type of ruin right here. So what I'm standing on right now is it's completely covered in debitage. Completely covered. And check this out. There's a dirt road going right through the middle of it. People don't even realize. Look at all this. All this refuse from tool making. The ground's completely covered in lithics. Oh, we got a pit. Look at this. Rocks around a pit right here. Pot shards all around it. Lithic sticking out of it. This whole hill was a village. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Look at this. So this is a pit right here. And oh, there's two of them. Look at this. Look at these flat rocks placed. Look at that. I'm inside it. See how I'm in a pit? This would have been a dwelling. Oh, this is insane. And look, looking over the banks here. You see how the rocks are placed? Oh no. Look at that. You can see scorching on the rock from fire. You can see how the rocks are placed. Look at how the rocks are stacked. Oh. This would have been the walls, and it's dug out. I don't know, there might have been separate rooms in here. You see flat rocks inside. Yeah, it's blatantly obvious what's going on here. It's just pit after pit after pit after pit. This is incredible. Well, let's go up and have a look from above. Here I am in another pit so you can see more of the flat rock placed. And then in this pit here, yeah, this guy had the primo view. This might have been the Hefe living right here. So right here is flaked obsidian. There's pottery jutting out. Pottery lithics everywhere. And then you got right here, come on, look out, Peace. You're in sunlight. Good girl. Corrugated pottery. So I'm seeing a variety of pottery in this village. I'm seeing just plain corrugated, black on white. I haven't seen any redware. So what this means is, God, there's just, look at all the pottery. There's painted there. It's just, this whole thing is just fragmented pottery. The ground's just covered, literally covered. This could date back to, like I mentioned, the basket maker 3 era. That's 1,000, 1,500 years ago. And it's a nice spot. People would have continued to stay here over, you know, their generations. So anyone's guess as to how old the site is, it could date back thousands of years. So I want to point this out. Check out this rock here. It's been broken. That might have been used as a type of, a hammer, or because there might have been a stick here. Could have been. Or maybe it was a mano for use on a metate. You would hold it and move it back and forth to grind down corn. But you can see it's been fractured. Wanted to point out another fractured rock here. This might have been like a smaller hammer. You see how that's fractured? It's completely smoothed out. Fascinating. And another fracture one. So could have been a larger tool as well. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's interesting, eh, Fiefs? Okay, well, this is extraordinary. This is a fantastic discovery. I mean, I've never been out here before, and finding a village out in the Utah desert like this is just, it's fantastic. So I'm still very curious as to what's on top of the mesa. I've said this enough times, so I need to start heading to the east and go have a look, and also check out that other pit house. Hopefully we can find some rock. Maybe there's some rock art around here also. More ruins right here. There's another pit house. Oh, wow. You can see how it was dug out. There's all rocks right here. And of course there's pottery and lithics everywhere. Wow. You can see how it was built. So at this point, I'm just wondering if there is ruins, villages all along this bank, all down. I mean, it could have. Oh, look at this. Here's a big old chunk of the corrugated pottery. Let's go in for a closer look with that one. All right, we'll get a real good close-up. This is corrugated style pottery here. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna actually head back to the truck, and I'm gonna try and drive as close as I can to get to the mesa, because it's a lot farther walk than I thought. Well, the road is kaput. Looks like it's on foot from here. I don't think the truck would have done so well coming down this. It's completely washed away. Oh well, we're closer, but we still got a bit of a walk in front of us. All right, that's my little mesa top there. I was
Thought it might be one of these at first, and I was like, oh man, I really hope it's not that, but it's this little shorter one here. So at the top of this, there seems to be a number of pits. At least that's what it looked like on Google Earth. So I think the easiest way to do this was just, instead of the dirt roads off to my right here going in, I think I'm just gonna cut right off the side and walk the ridge line up into it, instead of starting down at the bottom and going up over there. Maybe easier, maybe not, I don't know. Either way, I'm going up, so it's no big deal. But that's it right there. I was right. It's complete. It's ruins up here. Look at these pits. Oh, look at this. Oh man. There's ruins everywhere up here. Look at this. It's completely covered. Oh. Look at this, how it's set up. Oh man, this is intense. It's just pit. Look at this. That's stacked in here. I don't know if this is a village or if this was, they're buried up here. I mean, it's just, the whole thing's covered. It's incredible. Look at this. Deep pits. And the really obvious one is the one on the far end here. I'm about to walk in. Oh God, look at these. They're like craters. Wow. So this whole top, just like I showed at the beginning from Google Earth, is covered in either pit houses or their burials. With the amount of pottery up here, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm not an archaeologist. I don't know, but it's absolutely amazing. So minus the dirt roads, this would have been a pretty fantastic place. Chill out in, for sure. This would have been easily defendable, being up here. Maybe it was, this was, you know, if enemies were coming in, everybody got up here, and all the pottery's up here because that's how they'd store water and food and everything up here in case, you know, they got surrounded. It's a thought. Or all the pottery could have been for, you know, belongings and things for the afterlife. It's just this whole kind of western edge here. Well, that's I guess that's west right there, but it's covered in pits. Just incredible. I don't know, you can just use your imagination as to what was going on up here. Whatever it was, it's very old. It's prehistoric. This is something special up here. Wow, the rocks are just yeah, I don't even know what to say. This is incredible. So yeah, I'm really wondering if this was like a fortress style environment up here. I mean, you've got sheer walls. This would have been easy to defend, kind of like a citadel. I don't know. I got so many thoughts running through my head right now. Let's just go up and have a look. Yeah, the whole top of this mesa is just covered in pits. This wouldn't be something that would take this would have taken some time to accomplish all this work up here. So I'm just wondering the significance of it. Was it a place to defend yourself, or was it a place that individuals were buried? I guess I'll never know, but it is a mystery for sure. And I'm gonna walk around just the base here. This is all limestone. All this stuff right here. This rock. So I don't think I'm gonna run into any rock art, but I'll have a look around. I walked around just under the lip of this whole mesa here, and I didn't see any rock art. I wasn't expecting any, but it's pretty incredible. I mean, you can see the whole, I mean, there's still rocks stacked. And the deep pits here. I mean, the whole top of this thing is just covered. So whatever the significance of, I believe it was probably pretty special, whether it was a citadel fortress to defend oneself, or maybe it's just a burial ground. Who knows? It's a mystery. Would have been pretty impressive to be right here 500 to 1,000 years ago. Just trying to imagine what it looked like. Absolutely incredible. Well, there you have it. As always, folks, thank you very much for watching. I got lots more content on the way. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. It helps us out tremendously. We'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.